Welcome back to another Backpage Gaming video, guys. Today we've got a player review for you. It is the one and only, it is the second in form, Luke Shaw. It's just me and Robbie today.
Hello.
No Sam, he's off being a crime fighter or something like that. So Robbie, get us into the questions, mate. Let's not hang about.
So, it's his second in form. Did you use him first in form as normal at any
I
points?
didn't know. No, not even his normal. I thought it was a bit
slow. What was it, 81 pace on his normal, I think?
Yeah,
79, Jesus. No wonder you didn't use him. But the fullback meta, it's in full swing. If you play FIFA at any level, I assume you know everyone's using fullback to centre-back.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you use him at centre-back?
I did.
Yeah. Do you think he's more suited to centre-back than left-back? I know a lot of people were looking at getting him at centre-back. Definitely.
So, this was... After using Smalling, I was upset. You know, I thought, we've got a Man United legend here.
Yeah.
It went up to par.
Yeah.
I move over to little old Lukey. Oh my god, this guy, comparing him to Smalling, I don't understand why you'd ever go for a Smalling. Really, I don't know if it's just like the inner sweaty in me or what,
yeah.
But the fullbacks this year are so much better than centre-backs that, unless it's chemistry-wise,
yeah,
I don't know why you wouldn't.
What do you think is the dribbling?
I think it's a combination of things. So all centre backs, I feel like they've got most of the kind of like mid-tier ones, they've got like a pretty bad pace split, or they've got bad dribbling, or the passing's not great, or they've got really high physical or something, but it's not made up for.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter having high physical if you can't actually chase the guy down.
Yeah.
Whereas this Luke Shaw card, even Zambrotta, Kleiber, Reece James, Adama. There's a lot of fullbacks this year where they don't have that lack of pace or they don't have that lack of dribbling. They've got everything that you need in a defender.
Yeah.
I think the balance this year it's balanced poorly at the back. You've got some cards that are just cracking them anyway. Like Varane, I'd argue, is probably one of the only centre backs that actually is still at a really high meta level nowadays.
I think even he's been phased out a bit. I don't think I'd use him.
Yeah. I don't think I'd use him anymore.
He feels a bit shit on the ball.
Yeah, I think now it's a big deal to have a defender that can dribble well, it can pass the ball, kind of like decent as well. Because it's more that this year you don't need physical, you don't need to head the ball really, do you?
No, heading's shit anyway. You could get like a free header and miss. That doesn't really matter.
I think. Spoiler alert, we've got a Rico Henry review coming vaguely soon. He's got about 30 heading accuracy.
Does he actually?
Yeah, it's pathetic.
Yeah.
But it literally just does not matter.
Yeah.
Because it's so few and far between that stat actually makes a difference.
I hate typing his name in.
Yeah, it's 44 heading accuracy.
That's pretty poor.
And you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, if you weren't told it before.
It was like FIFA 19 with the big back post headers.
Yeah, where's Andy Carroll when you need him?
Yeah.
But yeah. He's definitely suited to centre back, more than he is left back.
Yeah.
To answer your question.
Yeah. So in real life, since he's been plagued by injuries a bit, Luke Shaw, bless him.
Yeah, bless him.
He was like England's next best thing. Like probably
when he was at Southampton,
8 years ago, I bet, something like that.
Came to us for about 30 million when he was only 18.
Yeah.
Or 90,
so he's put on a bit of timber, hasn't he? Bless him.
Yes.
So he's a bit of a chunk. Is he chunky in game? Does he feel like that on the ball, or does he still feel okay?
So I think this is one of the things why I like him at centre back more.
Yeah.
Is that he's got the kind of a bit of presence about him.
Yeah.
Which I think I used Trent team of the year at centre back, and he was really good, but he did sometimes feel like he lacked that presence. To like bundle into somebody and get the ball off of them.
Yeah.
Maybe in a slightly cheesy way, but you'd get the ball anyway. But he's really good. I wouldn't say he's clunky. Because you just feel nice on the ball. So, as nice as you'd.
Yeah, his dribbling stats are all in the 80s. So.
To be honest with you, if there's one player I could compare him to, it's like a slightly slower Kleiber, and I think that's probably maybe one of the biggest compliments me personally especially could give, because Kleiber is an absolute god.
Yeah.
But no, Shaw really surprised me. I knew it was going to be decent, obviously you look at stats like that, they're going to be a good card, aren't they? But not to the extent that I thought I would like him. Like, he shits on Smalling.
Really?
As in, he's pushed Smalling into the ground, he's done a poo on his head. He really does shit on him.
Well,
far better.
There you go. So he's got a stocky body type, hasn't he? Does he look big?
Yeah. I wouldn't say so.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't look skinny.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's not been doing Joe Wicks, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He's still got a bit of chunk to him, which is good, like I say, you know.
I think it helps him feel stronger sometimes.
Yeah, I think sometimes when a defender you want that kind of like big body type just so they can get in the way. The AI blocks can do the
big hitbox.
Do the magic.
Yeah. So he's got 86 pace. You know, he's not like a really, really fast. Like, personally, I wouldn't use him as a fullback. I think it's a bit too slow. But it's pretty good for a centre back. You know, 86 pace on a centre back, you're buzzing. Does he feel fast in game?
I wouldn't say. So I use him next to Reece James, and I think they made a really nice partnership.
Yeah.
But he didn't feel as fast as Reece. But he didn't feel slow.
Yeah.
He felt much faster than Smalling. I think it's down to the fact that his pace split is it's pretty much down the middle, isn't it? There's not really
87, 85,
Yeah, there's not really one that is favoured over one or the other.
Yeah.
He's a good card. He's a really good card. I think as we go into the end card, we gave him an 8. I think there's a few things that could be better with him.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly better on the ball. Because don't get me wrong, he's not like Neymar, you know what I mean? He's still could be much better on the ball.
Yeah.
He could be a bit faster.
Yeah.
And in an ideal world, he'd put some miracle grow on himself and he'd grow a few inches. But
is his height a problem?
Not really. Like I say, because of heading not being a huge deal.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal, but I think if you could choose, you'd always go for a taller centre back.
It's 5'11", it's not awful. It's taller than like Cannavaro.
It's true, very true. He'd probably, in his bio on Tinder, he'd say 6 foot, so can't really complain. Value is a 10 though. He's 120k, which I think is very cheap at this point in the game for a defender that I went.
If
I
that
put him into
L
the
was a C, like it'd be 300.
More, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm playing him on 7 chem.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Most of the clips that I've recorded actually have been on 6 cam.
Yeah, because he didn't have the loyalty.
Because he didn't have loyalty at the time. But this guy, I imagine, if you're moving him into centre back or something from 10 cam, this guy's going to be fantastic for you. He's going to be really, really good. I don't think there's any downsides really, apart from the ones that I said. But that's me probably being a bit critical.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, value 10 because it is quite cheap and he is Prem as well. He's Prem he's English and he plays for United. And I think that's a really good price. I don't know whether it's
definitely.
It's probably in part due to the market crash that we've experienced a bit. In the last few days, but
half-price packs
Shadow
and shit as well, a lot of supply.
Yeah, exactly. Shadow is the Chemstar choice.
Obviously.
Are you surprised? No. Links, we've gone for something a bit different. We've gone for Rashford. So if you are moving him into the middle, you could do like 4-5-1. And put him into centre back.
Yeah.
Then we've got Reece James. Like I say, I played him with him. Fantastic card. If you haven't used this Reece James at centre back yet, make sure to go and pick him up and give him a try. And then headliner Bruno. Bruno's I think he's kind of gone off the radar a bit on FIFA.
Definitely,
I don't see him much.
It's just so he's expensive, I think, and he's got a lot of player a month cards and stuff like that.
Yeah. Even in general, though, I feel like I don't see him as much as I used to. I don't know whether it's people can't afford that team of the year and the headliner and I don't know, but position definitely centre back, like we said earlier. He suits the role to it. He suits the role more. Yeah, because he's not, like Robbie says, he's not rapid. He doesn't feel as rapid as I'd want a fullback to feel. Yeah, he could do the job, I suppose, but you'd be using him in more of a defensive fullback role. Maybe
you won't want
stick
him
your
bombing
depth
forward
down a bit. Yeah, because. To be fair though, one thing, just touching on quickly, is he's got medium work rates, which I think are really good work rates for defenders. Maybe not so much for fullbacks.
Sound be fuming.
Yeah, I think fullbacks do really well with medium high.
Yeah.
But centre backs, medium is wonderful because they're not too deep and they're not too high up. They can just right. Yeah. It's like Goldilocks. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Give him a try, guys, if you haven't already. And Robbie, why don't you sign us out, mate?
So yeah, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Go follow us on Twitter, we're tweeting a lot on there. And this weekend we are going on podcast. If you heard of the Average Foot Guys, go follow them on Twitter. It's at Average Foot Guys. Doing a quiz on their podcast. Go and give it a listen. It'll be out next Wednesday, I believe. And go show some support. Go show them some love. And we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.